What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We officially have an update on Emmanuel Clase and whether or not he can return for 2025 or if he's done for the rest of the year. The Yankees will not stop spamming the power button. They've been just demolishing baseballs the last 2 weeks now, and honestly all season. They just tied an MLB home run record. We have multiple freak starting pitchers set to make their debut today. One for the Red Sox, one for the Mets. They're both strikeout machines. The Astros gave a ton of money to Christian Walker before the season. He's been awful, but he's finally looking like Diamondbacks Christian Walker. And Kyle Schwarber, he's having the best walk season since Aaron Judge. Remember, Judge bet on himself, popped off for 62 home runs before becoming a free agent. Schwarber had 4 more home runs, and he's a free agent after this season. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. We recap every baseball game almost every single day. Thank you guys so much for your support this year. It's been insane. Just all the subscriptions, the likes, the comments, the everything. Thank you. Also, don't forget that recap is brought to you by SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Use code Fuzzy, and I've been posting a lot of MLB This Show on Fuzzy Gaming. We're getting so close to 100,000 subs, so be sure to sub to my gaming channel. We have some breaking news. Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase are officially done for the remainder of 2025. Now, a lot of people saw the writing on the wall a few days ago when Guardians reporters walked into the clubhouse and they realized that Ortiz and Clase both had their lockers completely cleaned out. Like, they did not have a spot in the clubhouse anymore. But as of this morning, according to a ton of reporters, it's been confirmed that Ortiz and Clase will be missing the remainder of 2025. Now, again, I know a lot of you expected this, but in other sports recently, over the past few weeks, players have been cleared of any involvement with a gambling investigation. So I was crossing my fingers that the same would happen for Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase, but it looks like they're done, and they could be done for forever. We have no idea, but their season's officially over. Willy Adames has been so good over the last 2 months, and he went crazy again, this time versus the Cubs, and he did it on both sides of the diamond. Following a Rafael Devers walk, Willy went yaya 417 feet with a 2-run home run off of Shota Imanaga. Here comes the Cubs though. Dansby, Swanson, and Michael Busch, they ran into some baseballs as well. Swanson's up to 19 home runs, and Busch has, wait, I gotta check out this Ian Happ web gem. He's showing exactly why he's won 3 consecutive Gold Gloves. Michael Busch there, he is lifting a 412-foot home run the other way. He has 25 home runs and a 140 OPS plus. Willy, he wants another one. Now, PCA's tracking it. He can leap. He's one of the best athletes in baseball. He just missed it. It's tied at 3, but Adames is not done showing off. Look at this play to rob the speedy Nico Hoerner, and look at the pick from Rafael Devers. That was pretty sick. Wilmer, he got on in the final inning. Kos came in as a pinch runner. He can fly, and Jung-Hoo Lee, he walked it off. The Giants, out of nowhere, have won 5 games in a row. We'll talk about the standings update at the end of today's recap. The Yankees also want 5 wins in a row, and they get the White Sox after sweeping the Nationals. The baseball gods are really looking out for them with this recent stretch of opponents. Cody Bellinger can never leave pinstripes. He just cannot. He has 26 home runs, and over his last 102 games, when he made a little tweak to his batting stance, he's hitting over 300 with an almost 915 OPS. They got him for Cody Petit, who was DFA'd by the Cubs after a month or two, so that means the Yankees won that trade. Jazz, he also has 26 home runs. He's the first Yankee since A-Rod to have 8 home runs and 8 stolen bases in a single month. Ben Rice, he knocked in one more ahead of a Volpe 6 is what they're calling this kid now. That set up a meltdown, like a full-blown meltdown. Miguel Vargas tore the cover off this ball for a grand slam. Volpe, he's got to get it together, but at least he broke out of the slump that he's been in the box. He was 0 for 25 coming into that at-bat. He doubles. Now, he did not score. Thang was scoring. Ben Rice is going to score on this super unfortunate play. So, Judge, he singled. I'm just praying that Miguel Vargas is going to be okay because you can see his wrist. I mean, those are never fun to deal with. It's now 6-4 on a Jazz sack fly. Volpe hit 1 too, so maybe he's seeing it a little bit better, just putting baseballs in play. And skipping to Trent, 27 home runs and a 130 OPS plus. The Yankees have 33 home runs their last 10 games. That ties an MLB record for the most over 10 games. Goldie, he got it to double digits, and the Yankees, they just continue to beat up on bad teams. They've won 5 games in a row, and they have a plus 125 run differential, which is how many runs they've outscored their opponents by this year. The Yankees and the Giants are not the only teams on a hot streak. Boston is trying for 4 Ws in a row. Lots of 4s in this video, including Schwarber with 4 right after this game. Do not go anywhere. Trevor Story with the bat flip, and then he was like, okay, maybe it's not going to leave. it's still left. Story has 22 home runs, 84 RBIs, and 23 stolen bases. He doesn't walk a lot or play great defense anymore, but that's still awesome production for a middle infielder. Alex Jackson, he has 4 home runs and 60 at-bats as an Oriole. He's never hit 4 in a season. Oh yeah, here we go. Rob the lefty destroyer, he got the lead back. Rob Refsnyder is carrying just a casual 960 OPS versus lefties this year. Jeremiah Jackson. So Jackson scored Jackson and then got Jackson to third base. A lot of Jacksons in this game. Trevor, I guess he heard me say he doesn't play great defense anymore. Look at this snag and the flip to complete the double play. After that, Garrett Crochet really settled in. He had 7 strikeouts over 6, which is crazy considering he wasn't even close to being his best self. He actually leads everyone in strikeouts now. He passed Tarek Skubal. Romy, they're calling this guy Romy the homie. He got a base hit off a righty. He scores Roman Anthony, who got on base 3 more times with 2 more base hits and a walk. It's 3-2 for Steven Matz, who converted his second save. The Red Sox, they've won 4 games in a row. They also have a very impressive run differential. They've outscored their opponents by 108 runs, and we're not done talking about the Red Sox. Check this out. Boston is pushing the big red button that calls up the 6'6", 250-pound, 22-year-old Peyton Tolley. He's about to make his debut to replace Richard Fitz. He is a monster of a human. We just heard he's 6'6", 250. He throws gas, and he just flat out shoves on the bump. He had 125 strikeouts and 80-ish innings last year. He's already up to 133 strikeouts and 90-ish innings this year. If this kid actually performs like we think he's going to, if the Red Sox are going to go Crochet, Bayo, Giolito, Tolley, it could be a really fun group the rest of the way, especially with Giolito and Bayo locking in as of late. Giolito has a 2.3 ERA the last 90-ish innings. Bayo's been awesome as well, a 2.4 over the same inning. So Boston, they're looking good. People in the streets are saying that Kyle Schwarber should be the 2025 NL MVP. Those streets are in Philly, and also there's some pockets of other fan bases on Twitter saying that he should be. But we all know Ohtani, he just struck out 9 against the Reds. He's the overwhelming favorite. Kyle, he's at least making it a fun conversation. That right there is a solo home run after Albies and Harris put the Braves up a few and went 450 feet, by the way. JT Realmuto, who is finally getting a cycle card in MLB The Show. Make sure you guys subscribe to Fuzzy Gaming. I'll probably debut that card pretty soon. He socked a 423-foot laser beam to tie it. Max Kepler, this is the 3rd home run of the inning off of Cal Quantrill. The Braves, they are literally giving everyone a flyer. Cal Quantrill, Eric Fetty, I think Carlos Carrasco was a Brave for 2 seconds. Staying with 2s, the 2-timer went to the second deck. That is the 22nd home run for Bryce Harper, who missed 30-plus games. Schwarber's back at it. This time, a 2-run lefty home run. I'm not going to show it, but Alec Bowman, he ripped a 2-run double. Again, sorry, Alec, but I'm going to fast forward to a 3-run Kyle Schwarber demolition job. He has a solo home run, a 2-run home run, and a 3-run home run. A grand slam would complete the home run cycle. I do want to show Matt Olson popping off for a home run. It's a 4-spot off of Nola, who's up to a 6.5 ERA. Schwarber, he's up with, dang it, only 2 on. He was 1 base runner away from a home run cycle and a 10 RBI game. He has 4 home runs and 9 RBIs. He joins Gino and Nick, first name Nick, last name Kurtz, as the only guys to have 4 home runs in a single game this year. And by the way, 4 homer games are more rare than perfect games. Schwarber's the first Philly since Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt to do it. So Schwarber's currently on pace for 59 home runs and 144 RBIs. Ohtani's on pace for 55 home runs and 150 runs scored. And again, he just struck out 9 against the Reds. It's going to be tough to dethrone him, but regardless, Schwarber, he's a free agent after this season. He's earning himself one of the fattest bags we've ever seen for a 35, 36-year-old. Also, I keep thinking Schwarber's older than he is. He'll be 33 in 2026, so not even close to what I just said. He's going to get a fat bag. The Mets have made a ton of ground on the Phillies this past week, so they can't really afford to lose to the Marlins after that Phillies explosion. Jacob Marcy, he trotted home early. That's not great. So Augustine, he gets the RBI. There goes the lead. Mets fans, they're hyped up. Brandon Nimmo, a 2-run tapper down the line. Jeff McNeil, buddy, I like the effort, but that cost the Mets big time because it should have already been 3 outs on this swing right here. Now it should be 4 outs. Clay Holmes just dropped it. Otto Lopez, he cashed in a 4th run. Pete Alonso, I think he's about to reset the score again. He did. He has 30 home runs and 108 RBIs. He has a 145 OPS plus. He's now cheesing in the dugouts with Juan Soto. Pete, buddy, what is going on with the Mets in this game? That's a bobble. Augustine hit a rocket, and we have another Mets error. The 3rd error of the night. I mean, they just cost themselves another run. Then there was a pass ball. Otto Lopez now gets an RBI on some firewood. McNeil tried home again, and it just did not work. Calvin Fauché secured his 13th save. The Mets handed the Marlins 5 unearned runs. And by the way, to make matters worse, it's been announced that Francisco Alvarez broke his pinky. But at least there's some good news, like some very, very good news. The just turned 22-year-old Jonah Tong. This guy and Peyton Tolley are some of the most dominant strikeout guys in all of minor league baseball, but Tong has been even better. He has a 1.5 ERA this year with 179 strikeouts and 113 innings. That is mythical stuff. He's a little bit wild, but it works out in his favor because he almost never allows home runs. He gets a lot of whiffs and chases, especially on the changeup, and his fastball is mid-90s. The fact that we get a Jonah Tong debut and a Peyton Tolley debut on the same day, I mean, baseball, the script is scripting. The Astros are already rocking the Rockies. Altuve and Christian Walker, they went back-to-back in the first inning. Altuve is 48 away from 300, and he's pretty much been a 20 home run guy the last few years, so he can get there before it's all said and done. Christian Walker is getting so close to being back to an average hitter, which is insane considering how awful he was to begin the season. Salazar just dropped down an RBI bunt. It still would have been an RBI, but the ball did get away. No more damage after that, unless you're an Astros fan, because now it's the Rockies' turn to hit some home runs. Tovar, he bashed out his 8th home run, and I hope I say this name right. Yankiel Fernandez, he has insane bat speeds and a cannon of an arm. He goes yard. The Rockies, they're now going for the lead. Karros, he peppered a baseball to right field. Cam Smith, he saved it. He hosed Tyler Freeman at home. That was a great tag by Salazar. Walker, this one's a no-doubter. He's batting .280 with 20 extra base hits and 37 RBIs his last 46 games. He has a 97 OPS plus on the season, so again, so close to being back at 100. Bryan Abreu has been insane in the absence of Josh Hader. I think that he's better than Josh Hader, and he's going to be a free agent in 2027. So Abreu strikes out 2 more for his 4th save. I'm hoping that Bryan Abreu gets a chance at full-time closing. I would love to see that. Sal, he's flicking his wrist again. Sal Frelick with a leadoff home run. He's up to 10 home runs, 18 stolen bases, and a 360 on base with 5 outs above average. His pitcher, Jose Quintana, was not good. He just hit Tyler Locklear for an RBI. Miguel Vargas, he's always been a whole lot better versus lefties. That's why he's in there. That is a 2-run knock. I do want to show Bryce Terang with a sick play to Rob Locklear. Corbin, he scored, so it's a 2 RBI day for Tyler Locklear without getting a single base hit yet. Alec Thomas, this would have smashed controllers if this was me and MLB The Show. What do you mean? He blooped one to right field on a baseball 4 feet outside. The rookie Isaac Collins, he got both of them back. It is 6-4. Wait, hold up. It could be 8-4. Tyler Locklear, he could have a 4 RBI game. Blake Perkins, he says no. Perdomo, what about an RBI double? Sal Frelick says no as well. He's out there flying. That's why he has that 5 outs above average. So it's still 6-4. The 29-year-old rookie Taylor Rashi is making his debut. He got a 9-out save, 3 shutout frames, 3 strikeouts. He's the second rookie this week to go 3+ in relief and get a save in his debut. The last guy, Bubba Chandler, and he was a Pirate, so let's talk about the Pirates. Tommy Pham has been an absolute freak the last 2 months. He's batting over .330 with 8 home runs, 32 runs batted in, and a .950 OPS since mid-June. Rookie Braxton Ashcraft, he's been awesome, and he was awesome again. He allowed just 1 run on this double to Ivan Herrera. Miles Mikolas, he was good after the Pham home run. His ERA is almost back under 5 thanks to the 1 earned run performance. We're in the 7th now. It's still 1-1. Thomas Saggese, I still think that this kid can be really good. That's an RBI 2-bagger. He hits baseballs very hard, and he's also pretty quick. Same for the 6'6" demon. Jordan Walker got caught out in front, but still used his all-time power and athletic ability to get it to go. Jojo Romero, his magical 2025 continued with his 5th save as Saggese. He ran it down. Jojo has a 2.2 ERA. The Cardinals, they're trying to get back to 500. They're 66-69. And on that note, let's talk about the stats and standing updates. Now it's time to give a full update on all of these standings and stat leaders across the game of baseball. Talk about the stats in a second. In the AL East, the Jays, they're 3.5 games up on the surging Red Sox and 4 games up on the surging Yankees. In the Central, the Royals are 8.5 games back of the Tigers. The Tigers have out of nowhere lost 4 in a row. The Guardians are 10.5 games back, but remember the wild card is still a thing. We'll get to that in a moment. The Astros, they lead the Mariners by 2 games in the AL West. The Rangers are 6.5 games back, but they have the best run differential in that division at +80. To the National League side of things, the Phillies, they gained a game after the Mets L, and the Phillies won. They're up by 5 games. The Central, the Brewers are up by 6.5 games on the Cubs, who are all on losing streaks along with the Reds. And then in the West, the Dodgers, we just saw them go 2 games up on the Padres yesterday. But what about the Giants? They've won 5 games in a row. Well, starting off with the NL wild card, we can see that the Giants are 6 games back of October baseball, that's still kind of a lot, but 6 is better than 7, 8 like they were a few days ago. The Reds are 4 games back, and then right now, currently in the wild card standings, we have the Mets, the Padres, and the Cubs. The American League wild card, we have the Guardians, Rangers, and Royals all within 5 games. The Royals are 3 games back of the Mariners, and then we have the Yankees and the Red Sox as the 2 best teams in the American League wild card. Let's go find some stat leaders. So Aaron Judge, he is still leading the world in batting average. He has a 323 average. No one else has an even 310 batting average. I know a lot of people don't care about pitching wins, but Freddie Peralta leads everyone with 15. Then you have Garrett Crochet, Max Fried, and Carlos Rodon with 14. So the Yankees have 2 14-game winners. Home runs, we have Cal Raleigh, the only guy with 50, but as of yesterday, we have one guy really close. Kyle Schwarber has 49. ERA, it's still Paul Skeens. He's better than advertised. He has a 2.07 ERA, followed by Tarek Skubal and Hunter Brown. Then Garrett Crochet is just outside with a 2.4 RBIs. Schwarber has 11 more than anyone else. He has 119. We have 2 guys tied for the most saves in baseball. Carlos Estevez and Robert Suarez both have 35. The next best is Andres Munoz with 31. Base hits, I know that Bo doesn't lead on average, but he still leads in base hits with 169. Then you have Trey Turner and Bobby Wood Jr. Strikeouts, Garrett Crochet, we talked about it in this very recap. I do not expect that to last. Jose Caballero is the only man in baseball with 40-plus stolen bases. He has 41, followed by Chandler Simpson. I think that Chandler is going to get to 50. I think he's going to steal 10 to 15 bags the rest of the year. That's just my bold prediction. And quality starts, that's going 6-plus innings without allowing more than 3 runs. Logan Webb, he's done that 19 times, which is tied with Brian Wu. And there we have it, another recap in the books. You guys have been incredible this year. Thank you for all of your support, leaving likes, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff, even watching my playback streams or watching me over on Fuzzy Gaming for MLB The Show. You guys are seriously awesome. Thank you so much, and enjoy the web gems.
On the ground, diving stop, Contreras. Michael is forbidden. Wraps this one. Jungle Lee is going to slide. That is way up there. Big hit in the season. Harper does, and he makes the catch as he falls to his backside. And gets a sweeper and pops it up. See if Cowser can fight the sun monster here. Oh!